Ladies, gentlemen, Gungans, droids, and all of you Imperial remnants holding on to the glory days of the Empire. You're watching I don't know that news. I don't even say it right because you guys already know, because it's the only choice that you ever have when it comes to your news consumption. People, we have the kit reveal today for the brand new Death Trooper Peridea. And we're already kind of getting what we think are the groundworks for the upcoming Remnant team. And we are thinking that if there is a Geothron, we've already got indication it's going to be an Imperial Remnant support. But join with me today. If you don't believe me, we got another person on the line here. Rabid Beaver, say hi to the people here. Say
hello,
hi.
everyone.
Yeah,
I'm here. Yeah, the Beaver Dam is all here to support this. We're excited to see this. Oh my gosh, this kit full of so many bad puns. But hey, it's a great kit. It seems like.
So I'm going to leave a link down below. Feel free to check out Rabbit Beaver. He's doing a streaming marathon.
Yeah, so I'm moving the Beaver Dam. We're moving to a different state to be closer to family, and I'm trying to make a new setup. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff for a new setup, and so we got all kinds of fun incentives, including as we hit different stuff, like you guys get to choose my facial hair, or send a text to my ex, or we just have some fun Grand Arena streams like wearing a Jar Jar mask the whole time. So we're just trying to raise money and have fun.
Let's get on into the action and talk about the brand new Death Trooper Peridea. How would you like to win a video game console, a drone, and get a free legendary champion? Well, you gotta play today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. I started a brand new account that I've been playing, and if you check out my second channel, I lay down the groundwork to help you dominate Raid Shadow Legends. You can find me in Raid Shadow Legends under the new account name Targaryen. And feel free to join my legion, the Real Gary Legion. And listen, speaking of amazing, besides the 2 amazing starting championships you'll get using my code, the amazing S-tier champion Ninja is back, and you can get this legendary champion for free between July 18th as well as August 15th. And new players can use the promo code Ninja Returns, so be sure to type that in after you created a new account with my link down below. And when you download and register your new Raid account with my link or QR code, go to wefinallyplayedit.plarium.com, enter your Raid player ID. Just record yourself playing the game and upload the video to the event's website, and the top 12 submissions will win a handheld gaming console, a drone, VR headset, and Amazon gift cards worth up to $2,000. So people, what are you waiting for? Come into Gary's Dungeon, join our clan, get Ninja, 2 epic champions when you use my link or scan my QR code. And all this treasure will be waiting for you right up here. There's a couple of weird things going on here. We're continuing the theme from the previous Night Trooper that we had. We have the Attacker, Imperial Remnant, Night Sister, Dark Side, and kind of like the Night Trooper. What tags are we missing, Rabbit Beaver?
Imperial Trooper.
Or even just Empire.
Yeah. Anything that we could use.
And again, this is very intentional. They're trying to make sure other teams aren't going to be stealing them. They don't want Veer stealing them. They don't want Iden Versio stealing. They don't want Lord Vader, Palpatine stealing them. So they're really trying to make sure that they're going to be planned for this future Remnant team that we have going on. As a summary, really quick, before we get to the kit reveal, marquee event later on this week, August 1st. Man, August is already here. Shoot, man. We're going to be testing this guy in our video game division, but I think we're going to need to wait till Territory Wars to really see the full picture, because this guy's got a brand new siphon mechanic that's siphoning critical damage. And one more reminder, this guy will be required for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano at Relic 7. Let's get on to this kit reveal. I just got to fast forward. This is my favorite animation right here. Right down here, necrotic tissue.
So great.
I wish they gave that to the Stormtrooper. I think it would have been more hilarious than the Stormtrooper. Anyways, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. We have our basic ability, Firing by Rise of the Empire. That's like probably the lamest joke I have in my box right now. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 40% chance to inflict a stack of blight. More ways of getting blight out there. Night Trooper's got it, but without the Datacron and Omicron, it's kind of hard for it to get out there. And then if the target enemy already had blight, this attack deals double damage. Don't underestimate that double damage. There's going to be a lot of ways to pump out the damage. For example, if this attack scores a critical hit, all Imperial Remnant allies are going to gain offense up for 1 turn. Otherwise, Death Trooper Peridea gains critical chance up for 1 turn, which means trying to increase our chance of getting critical damage, and we're going to have a lot of ways of ramping up critical damage. And we got this interesting thing that they're trying out. This is only a one Omicron character. Don't get scared. It looks like it's 3 Omicrons. It's one Omicron. But when you apply that Omicron, it adds additional effects on the other abilities, which is better than having 3 separate Omicrons. It's just, I think they're really trying to condition a lot of the good stuff on this character to a specific game mode, because as you see here, while in territories that if Death Trooper Peridea has their Omicron activated, you gain 5 stacks of Siphon when this ability is used, and that's going to make more sense in the next ability, which, you know what, I'm going to have Rabbit Beaver take this one. Tell me what just a little nibble does, my friend.
Of course. I just talking about that Omicron for a second. I actually love that idea, and I hope it's something they do in the future, of the idea of you get one Omicron, you get an effect on all of the abilities. I really like that. Like,
that'd be so nice. It's just not having to do 3 Omicrons on these characters. I don't know if I'm gonna be that hopeful, but man, if they do that, that'd be really nice. Because let's be honest, I mean, boy, I bring this up like I swear every other week. It's really annoying how Omicrons, I feel like their original intention was to lift up old characters like we saw initially, and now it's just turned into the new Zeta basically on these characters. And the last legacy Omicron we've had for an old character was Pago. That was what, spring 2023? So it's nice that if we are going to have Omicrons, it's just like one, and maybe it'll add additional effects on the other side. So I'm with you. I like that. It just, instead of 3 Omicrons, it's just one. So yeah,
especially with just how nightmarish. I know with like my account, I work out really well because I farm the Gungans, but so many people are struggling so hard with the Galactic Challenges and just trying to get the second Omicron right now, just because they keep giving us Lord Vader. Like, now the Galactic Challenge right now is like impossible, and everyone's hating it. That's all I've heard today, is just the Galactic Challenge sucks. I'm like,
someone peed in the Galactic Challenge developers Cheerios. That's all I know.
Just a little nibble. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict blight. I love the fact that we're getting more blight. Is it going to be useful? We don't know. Datacron wise, probably.
Oh yeah.
Which can't be copied or dispelled until the end of the encounter. If the target enemy already had blight, also inflict 2 stacks of damage over time for 2 turns. Remove 5% turn meter from target enemy 3 times. So we're seeing a lot more of the removal of turn meter, which feels very much that Imperial Remnant side versus the Night Sister side. And then we got, if an ability takes an enemy below 10% health, this is where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Instantly defeat them. Which actually, I think this has a chance at working with the Night Sisters fairly well, with the Plague and that kind of thing, that you might be able to take that and, they drop down low health with the Plague, and then you can just jump in with this guy, instantly defeat an enemy, and if this ability defeats an enemy, he gains a bonus turn, and the cooldown of this ability is reset. So there might be a chance that we could use this with some Night Sisters and wipe a team, maybe. So,
yeah. Because Night Sisters go below protection, right? So they can, so when they're at 10%, 20% health, man, now that I'm reading this with you, like, we already read this through once, and now reading this again, like, man, this could be nice for, like, maybe, like, a Java battle somehow, maybe knock out those fools a little bit faster. But anyways, the Territory Omicron, I kind of cut you off, is going to be even better.
Yeah, really quick, just talking about that Jabba thing. Interesting thing, I looked at the results. Most wins are actually with a 4-man anyway, so that 5th man actually might be able to be taken over by this guy. So it might actually work really well for Jabba. I'd be very curious about that.
Yeah, it's nice it's not attached to the Omicron, but the Omicron does make it a little bit better.
Dude, the Omicron's amazing. So, while in Territory Wars is the actual Omicron that you actually apply. And if all allies are Imperial Remnant or Night Sister at the start of the battle, Dark Trooper siphons critical damage from the target enemy, which can't be resisted. If this ability takes an enemy below 20% health instead of the 10%, instantly defeat them. And if the target enemy already had Blight, also inflict armor shred until the end of the battle. And then while this Omicron is active, you get additional effects from the other ones.
Necrotic Tissue, cooldown of 3. This was a lot of fun, not just from the animation perspective, but you're going to deal physical damage to all the enemies, get them offense down, getting tenacity down, making it easier to get debuffs, getting the blight out there, hopefully a lot easier, whatever their debuffs were to expect from this future Remnant team. And this right here starts making me... They're referring to Enoch. I know 100% they're referring to Enoch. So Enoch is likely going to be an Imperial Remnant support, but let's just read it. If the ally in the leader slot is Imperial Remnant support, so this will not work with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. You could technically use Moff Gideon lead, the OG one, but Moff Gideon lead doesn't even work because you need Imperial Troopers. So that's a mess in itself. So this is likely referring to Enoch, maybe even Thrawn. Dispel all buffs from all enemies. If the target enemy already had Blight, you inflict a stack of Blight, which can't be copied or dispelled, on a random enemy that doesn't already have it until the end of the encounter. Then all allies gain offense up and speed up for 2 turns. But we're not done yet. We get that additional effect again. It's not another Omicron. It's just tied to the one that he has. While in territories, and if Death Trooper Peridea has his Omicron activated, this ability gains an additional damage equal to 40% of his critical damage, and Death Trooper Peridea gains 10 stacks of Siphon for each debuff inflicted by this ability. So, yeah, if you're applying offense down, tenacity down, and you might also get blight on them, this is going to be his way of getting his Siphon up. It's kind of almost like Aether, right? The more debuffs you spam, the more Siphon you get. So it's kind of something of that matter. But I want to kind of come back to this Imperial Remnant support. The developers are starting to tease us now. Listen, we know there's got to be something coming, because they even refer to these Death Troopers as Thrawn's Death Troopers. But right now, there's just no synergy between this Death Trooper and Thrawn. There's no Empire tag. There's nothing right now. So the 2 theories are, number 1, Enoch is going to be granting maybe Thrawn an Honorary Imperial Remnant tag, the one that we currently have. Or maybe the next Galactic Legend is going to be a new Thrawn with Imperial Remnant support. My thing is, I just don't know how different this guy's going to look from the current Thrawn we have.
They did set a precedent, with the whole Master Qui-Gon versus Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Like, he just added a poncho and called it good.
But Thrawn doesn't
like,
have a poncho. They got to give Thrawn, if there's a new Thrawn, he needs a poncho. That's it. We solved it.
Like, I'm expecting Tyrannus in his pajamas very soon,
Yeah.
So, in your head.
Is that a reference to the song? In your head.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hope that's the case. That's actually a really cool reference.
So Death Trooper gains 25 speed. Imperial Remnant allies have 35% crit chance and offense. And the Night Sister allies have 35% max health and max protection, calling out those Night Sisters that don't seem to fit too well, but can also fit, I guess.
It also affects, so this, like Night Trooper and Death Trooper Peridea, they're going to double dip. They're going to get these Night Sister bonuses.
Yeah.
So it might help out, Talzin, who knows? But it's also...
Maybe I wonder if Enoch's going to get it as well.
Was Enoch, was he a zombie? I can't remember.
They didn't really talk about it or anything. I assume no, but we'll see. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then if an ally in the leader slot is not Imperial Remnant tank, cutting that out just a little bit more. No more DTMG.
Yeah.
Wherever Imperial Remnant ally is dazed, stunned, shocked, or inflicted with speed down, all Imperial Remnant allies gain 15 speed for the rest of the battle. Whenever Imperial Remnant allies critically hit, remove 3% turn meter from all enemies. Death Trooper gains 5% turn meter stacking for each stack of blight inflicted on an enemy.
Man, it's so right now we're not going to be able to realize what this thing can do at the current moment. So again, I think it's mostly alluding to Enoch whenever he decides to show his golden head around the corner. But man, I don't know, when I read this, it almost seems like something so good you'd want to have like on a Galactic Legend team, I don't know. Like, I just imagine if there is going to be an Imperial Remnant Thrawn, Galactic Legend, being able to basically have ways of turning daze, stun, shock, speed down, very common debuffs into ways just giving permanent speed boost. It sounds gnarly, man. I don't know. How you feeling? Are you feeling optimistic about this? What are your thoughts as we wrap this show up here?
I think this might introduce a new territory war meta. There's a chance of it with DTMG just because of how gross he already is.
Yeah.
I also am super curious about the siphon critical damage because it's siphoning the critical damage, which means are we just siphoning the portion that would be extended because of the critical hits, or are we siphoning all the damage that would be done by critical hits, because then advantage becomes you're doing 1 damage with advantage. Like, what's happening here is true damage going to become very important to go up against this team? Like, I'm kind of curious what we're looking at here. So
yeah, again, my biggest gripe though is I was really hoping when we were reading through the about that the siphon mechanic was going to be regardless of territorial Omicron or not. So it's like, I'm sure he's going to be still cool, like being able to have the insta kills when someone's below 10% health. That's cool. I'm glad we have that at least. But man,
I'm really excited for where it's going, but I don't know where it's going.
I said this before. I wish they start off with Enoch, so then we can kind of see the team grow. We're kind of going backwards, or we're kind of starting with the fillers, and we got to wait for the lead to start seeing the full picture. So I'm getting a little anxious, waiting to see the full picture of this. But anyways, while we're waiting to see the full picture of this, go to Rabbit Beaver's channel. He's probably going to be streaming for the next couple hours while you're seeing this video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, because what do we always say around here, Rabbit Beaver? I hear it's great. It's great to have something. I don't know. Maybe you can remind me what it's about.
It's great to be in the Empire today.